Namaste everyone, and have a blessed new year. Thank you so much once again for your amazing response to the Angel Basics course. It always amazes me every time we talk about angels, or even when I open my slot for angel readings, as I offer various modalities, the response is really amazing. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for sharing your YouTube videos. I keep getting messages from all of you, some of you, as to how you're sharing these videos and knowledge, and people are getting so-called results. And this class, as you know, is class number 3. So if you are brand new to this, I highly recommend you that you go through class number 1 and 2 that is available at our YouTube channel. And what is the link? You go to youtube.com and look for Narmada space Akshat. Okay? And we have also started a 365 days journey where I'll be channeling the messages of gratitude from the field of grace at my personal page known as facebook.com/bliss of grace. I also have a friends page where I can add friends, so feel free to add me there in case you send me a private message or a mail. Thank you so much for your patience regarding the replies. Thank you about it. So, having said all of that, let's go ahead with our third angel class, that is communicating with the angels via angel letters. We have organized this class a lot locally, I think once or twice online. I don't remember exactly. So here we are. Let us all begin with a short invocation for divine blessings. To the Supreme Essence, Divine Father and Divine Mother, our spiritual teachers, all the spiritual teachers, all the holy masters, holy saints, holy archangels, holy angels, beings of light, and all the great ones, we humbly invoke for divine guidance, divine love, illumination, divine oneness, abundance, peace, prosperity, spirituality, harmony, inner healing, divine help, and divine protection. With your eyes still closed, simply allow the sound to trigger your cells, your consciousness, into more of calmness, more of peace, more of alignment. I can't explain right now how this works. Maybe we will organize another course for that, a basic course for the toning and healing. Listen and allow. Do not expect anything. Becoming aware of the white flame in your heart center. Smile at the white flame, the bright white light that you are. We're simply wearing the bodies, we're simply wearing the personality, the mindset, the emotional body. You have pure bright white light and more. Some of you might have goosebumps simply through this awareness. Whether you feel the energy or not, that's not important. What's important is that you have a strong yes. Smile at the candle white flame. Let this flame become brighter and brighter, and let it cover your entire body. Allow yourself to bathe in the pure bright light of yourself. It's not coming from any angel or any master or any guru. It's coming directly from you. It's your pure light. It's the light that created your body. It's the light that breathes you. Make sure that you're breathing. And visualize all of us through different corners of the globe, expanding the white aura, the spherical energy radiating through the body, expanding through our city, the state and country, and connecting with each other to different corners of the globe. And notice the expansion and the warmth. Visualizing the entire white light becoming metallic white light. A diamond white ray surrounding the entire grid here today. And of course, those who are joining offline. We are working through multi-dimensions. Doesn't matter whether it's live or the MP3. Taking deep breaths. Knowing that the entire grid is protected, is guided by the beings of light, the highest vibrations of pure love and pure light. This love is even devoid of emotion or sentiment. This love is a capital L love. It's the power that holds everything, that moves everything. Some refer to it as God, as Goddess, as the heart of God. Feel expansion, your oneness with the grid, with everyone present here. Send the white light through your feet and toes into the core of the Ma, the earth. Noticing your roots going deep, deep down to the earth. Let the roots develop secondary and tertiary roots. Feel yourself like a tree, anchored on the planet. A lot of us tend to hover because of our extreme sensitivity. That was just our way to try to protect ourselves, which was okay. But the mastery is really about being here, being involved with the world, and yet not being attached to it, and having a powerful influence wherever we are. Bring awareness once again to your breath, the room where you are, and opening your eyes with a big, big smile. Notice the calm, the clarity. Alright, so, as you know, it's a basic class. I won't go into a lot of the so-called PhD. There are various ways to connect with the inner worlds. You know, some people connect with the power animals, totems. Some people connect with the deceased loved ones, ancestors for guidance. Some people connect with passed over pets. Some people connect with archetypes. Some people connect with ascended masters. This class is only about the angels. Now, there have been various ways to connect with the inner worlds. I will use the word inner worlds, and I would like you to translate in your mind as angels. Okay, because the techniques here, described here, are very much alike as you would connect with an ascended master, a deceased loved one, anyone from the inner realms. Okay, so in ancient times, people would use herbs and some potions, some particular drinks, and sometimes even fumes. You know, these would be fumes from, you know, herbs like sage or raisins of the trees. And through the movement of the fumes, they would be able to connect with the inner worlds, and many of the times they would connect with the future. of the king, because this was a very costly service. You see, only the royalties, most of them, or extremely wealthy people were able to avail the services of these oracles. Now there are also ways like cards. People connect with cards. There are angel cards I think you can find that at Google Play Store for a certain purchase price. Then there are also angel cards you can get at the New Age stores. I think even regular bookstores also keep them these days. If not, you will definitely find online. So these are the various tools. It's like the child learning a bicycle and you have the support wheels, but they are not needed. I mean, they're not a must. Your inner being is enough to connect. God has given you enough of the tools, enough of the configuration, so to speak, to connect with the voice of the heavens. Some people think that whether communicating with the voice of the heavens will be scary or will be ego-based. Yes, it can be. And that is why we always talk about every time you're doing some advanced meditation or any kind of oracle work that you even do for your hobby's sake, even tarot work, it's highly recommended that you pray, that you do some short clearing meditation through visualization, whatever that you know of, like the white light, the violet flame. There are so many techniques. Align yourself back and then connect, because it's like this. You see, a radio transmitter can attune to different frequencies. It could be a lower frequency or it could be higher frequency. Here, when we say the word lower frequency, it basically means the ego-based frequency, fear-based frequency, scarcity-based frequency, which most of mankind is, sadly, attuned. Now, as we continue to evolve, we automatically feel a shift in our lifestyle, a shift in our way of looking at life. For most of us, it's usually after 40s. The body goes through the changes, and the soul also, what you can say, tends to influence the body more and more. This is a usual case. I'm not saying that this is always the case. All right, so we feel a shift in our career. We feel, even when our jobs are very highly paid, and very fulfilling, we feel a need to change, right? And that's where the consciousness begins to shift. Just take a deep breath. These kind of shifts can also happen when you are below the range mark of the 40 years and you are quite aligned with meditations. You have been working for quite a while with the angels, with meditations here at Oasis or with other groups, and you definitely feel a need to shift your diet, your attitude, your perception, etc., etc., etc. I don't think I need to talk more about it, because I believe 95% of us here in the class, I'm including all the offliners, know what I'm talking about here. Okay? So the higher frequency is more about love, it's more about abundance, it's more about healing, it's more about grace, it's more about changing from the place of love rather than scarcity or fear. Fear might have been used before as a tool to encourage masses to evolve, to find their highest potential, but now no more. All those fear-based energies, those structures, those dogmas are gradually washing off, and people are daring to open up more and more to other cultures, to other ideas, and even going beyond the book, so to speak, beyond the set of dogmas or particular rules, if you would say. People are more and more attuning into the energy of love and grace and connecting heart to heart, daring to let go of the patterns of the ancestors, of the family's conditionings, to connect with people. Take a deep breath. I will regularly ask you to take deep breaths, because even when you're here listening to the words, it's a transmission as well. I hope you're not listening to this class while driving or operating heavy machinery or dealing with a kid or dealing with a pet or cooking. No, it's really about sitting and allowing the transmission to be integrated, right? So some people use cards, some people use fumes, some people use runes, and few develop the ability to connect with the heavenly voice very, very clearly. Although they might also be, you can say the word confused at times, because after all we are all humans. But we know of these people, you know, we send them requests to pray for us, to guide us, etc., etc. Now, this ability to communicate with the angelic realm, with the inner realms, is not limited to one particular person. You don't have to be born with a special gift. Although some children are born with the knowingness, their third eye is fully open and connected to the physical brain, but a lot of us, all of us can connect with the angelic realm. And one of the easiest and one of the powerful ways, most powerful ways, is the angel letters. I'll talk about it shortly. Today's class might last a bit longer. So before we go into it, let me say this one line and just try to understand what it means. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. So it's not really just about talking or having your demands, your messages, your requests sent out to the spirit world. It's also about your ability to receive, and that's the reason we highly recommend spending time in silence with nature, or if the weather's too bad, just in your own room with your own self, having the cell phone turned off and just being with the breaths for a while. It doesn't have to be hours, it could be 5 or 7 minutes. With the visualization, whatever you do to calm yourself, it could be even soothing instrumental music. And the answers will begin to be interpreted by your brain. Why I say the word interpreted? Because the moment we begin to ask the universe, let's say a help in a career, a help in a relationship, help regarding our health, anything literally, the universe starts to respond. What I want to say is, heavens never ignore us. It's just our frequency that keeps us in a static. And that frequency can be maintained by a lifestyle. So the lifestyle that tends to make you feel good, helps you feel a lightness of being, which your body knows. It's really not about having chocolates all the day or having, watching soap operas all the day, although it has this particular part, I understand. But it's really about the lightness of being. So it's a good way to ask yourself, lightness of being. What helps me to integrate the lightness of being? For some it would be instrumental music. For others it would be exercise. For others it would be yoga or Tai Chi. For others it could be, working with art or painting. For others it could be spending time with little children, etc., etc., etc. So these are the ways which is very individual to every one of us. You will know in your heart which kind of lights I'm talking about. Previously we used to give points about it, but now no more. Okay, so what do you think is communication? I will unmute a few of you randomly and ask you, how would you define communication? It's not just talking, it's communication. Okay, so I'll try to unmute a friend. Okay, hi Sakshi, can you hear me? You will need the mic, everyone, by the way. Hello? Okay, let's try with Anshul. Hi Anshul, can you hear me? Hello? Hi Anne-Marie, can you hear me? It's very interesting. Let me try with the regular ones. The ones I'm used to unmute. Hi Mitu, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, Namada.
Hi, I hear a child there. Okay. So, how would you define communication? What is communication to you?
I think it's a way of expressing your feelings. It can be written or verbal, and there's no way. It's just, sharing your feelings or making understand others about it's a sort of understanding and expressing
And?
of your thoughts, or I think that's the communication for me.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's try with a few more. By the way, I tend to forget. I mean, actually, I've already said it in the series. I consider it as a continuous sequence. In day 1, day 2, I already said, please try to be in your own space. Whether you have pets, whether you have wonderful children, this is your time. This is your time. This is your time. I cannot emphasize enough. I'm not so sure I will emphasize it again in the future classes. But it is so required. I understand the difficulties, but maybe when you listen to recording, listening at peace, listening when you're on your own. Okay? Alright, so let's try with Anuradha. Okay, hi Anuradha, can you hear me?
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, so how would you define communication?
So it is a knowing that my feelings are understood by something outside me or somewhere, and then I also get some communication back, like some message or a guidance back. It's a two-way channel.
Yes, it's a two-way channel. It's not just one way. It's not just trying to make ourselves understood, but it's also about understanding back and making sure that the message that we sent out was understood, was clear. Thank you. Like in a lot of languages, right? In a lot of languages, when we work through, they have certain way of expressing to the body. Like, let's say, it is said that in Tibet, if you go, they tend to show their tongue to welcome you. But most of us, I mean, most of us throughout the world, if you show a tongue to someone, it's basically a sign of teasing or mocking, something like that. But Tibetans use it for welcoming. It's the same expression, right? And also, when people come to India, when they hear when they come and they see the response, whenever they're communicating with others, Indians usually tend to use a lot of their head in communicating, yes, I understand, or no, I don't. So they get pretty confused with that as well. Okay, just one more. It's basically a two-way channel, not just one way. It's not only having ourselves understood, but also understanding others. Okay. Okay, I'll go with one more. Hi, Ruchi, can you hear me?
Yeah, Navada. For me, communication is expressing out your feelings, your thoughts, and listening to other person also at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, the left brain definition of communication is a two-way channel where you express yourself through whatever means, be it art, be it hand symbols, finger symbols, be it your facial symbols, be it your body language. Experts say that we tend to understand others more from body language. And even when you're here listening to my voice, you're listening more through the tone rather than the words, actually. I mean, that's what the research says. So expressing ourselves, having our message out, and making sure that it is understood by the other party. Not just saying it. Imagine if a person, let's see, no one is here from China, right? So let's say, for example, someone from China comes up to you and, provided that you don't understand Chinese, although I understand 2 or 3 words, this person starts to talk to you about asking for a way. And the person says in Chinese, you might say, oh, I understand only English or Hindi or my own native language, right? You can't understand that. So the person is trying to express to you but the person has no right to be angry with you if you don't understand Chinese. That's exactly crazy things what happens with the humans. When we are wanting to ourselves to be understood more rather than understanding others. That's where the seed of compassion lies. In a similar manner, that's where the frustration with the heavenly realms come up. People come up and say to me that, oh, I have been talking to angels, I've been going to temples every single day, but why God is not listening? Has God forsaken me? I feel lost. I feel this, I feel that. I will never believe in God anymore, etc., etc., etc. That's the game of frustration. That's the game of miscommunication, if you would say. Remember, heavens are always there to connect with you. It feels nearer when you are in a serene, silent place. When there's a lot of thoughts going on, you need to do some meditation, you need to do some clearings. And that's the reason we connect with angels, because the frequency is a bit down as compared to the Creator, all that is. It's extremely high vibrating frequency, right? So going through life, we have, being pure energy beings and living through the quantum soup, where we are, and the information flowing so powerfully throughout the globe, to different corners of the globe, it no longer takes months or years to reach information from one end to the other end. It is of utmost importance to maintain our energy hygiene. One of the powerful ways that people learn about energy hygiene is using the royal purple shield to surround, to visualize themselves inside a royal purple ball of light. People use a lot of techniques. This class not about it. Maybe one day you'll go ahead with that if you show interest. Okay. So communication means there has to be no static. There has to be a clarity. Imagine I'm saying my words here as much as possible, and at your end the internet is not working properly, and you're getting frustrated, thinking that I'm speaking in some other language which you don't understand. Right? So that's the reason when the gap, the barrier to communication happens, the barrier to love happens, that's where the point where we start feeling forsaken, we start feeling separate, we start feeling as if God has forsaken us, as if we are sinners and do not deserve. And sometimes tend to think that only few gifted people or few spiritual teachers have the gift to help us connect with the heavenly realms. It depends upon our frequency, how nearer we feel to love, to light, to power, to wisdom, to God, all that is. This class is about helping you to connect with your angels so that your angels can help you to connect with the infinite light, infinite love, supreme being, whatever you like to call it. There are many ways, as I said, and another way is visualization as well. Today, we are going to work with the letters, the angel letters. And I would like you to bring a notebook and a pen. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and you may raise your hand when you're back. There's a hand raise button, by the way. If you're using Android, you won't find the hand raise button, but I think laptop and desktops, it does allow a hand raise button. I remember we organized this class, I think the third or fourth time, at a local center. And when we did the release ritual, there was rain. I mean the drops of rain, not heavy rain. And after that entire release was done, the rain stopped. It was a very physical sign from the universe saying, oh, we heard you. Okay, 1 more minute to go. Please bring a notebook and a pen. And I hope you can tear a page. You will need to tear the page, by the way. One more minute to go. If you think that you can do with Notepad or MS Word, That's fine. Yes, you can do, and you can even do with visualization. But here in the class, if you want to have a deeper 100% grounded expression of the angelic realm, please bring a paper and a pen. Thank you. This paper should be clean. I mean, make sure there's not something else written on it. And you remember, you will need to tear it down, that page. Okay? Shall we move ahead? All right. So, just like you write letters, I mean, how many of you here in the call have ever written emails? Have you ever written emails to your friends, family? Ever written emails? It's very interesting. Few. Again, how many of you in the call have ever written emails to your friends? Most of us. Some people are still thinking, trying to figure it out. It's as simple as that, right? And of course, a lot of us have also written love letters, as we call it. You know, a love letter could be to a parent, to a mentor, and there could be a special love letter. When we usually say the word love letter, it could be to a beloved one, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband or a wife, a mate, right? These days people use SMS, but I still think that, you know, letters have their own romantic energy. Anyways, so just like you write a letter to a friend, write letter. So write, dear guardian angels, comma. I don't think I will need to tell you the format, how to go about it. So just giving you a quick example. Dear guardian angels, comma. In the next line below the comma, you write your so-called problems, the issues that you would like to have help with. It could be career. Don't make it a one-liner. If you deal with the heavenly realms as pure mechanic, as pure machinery, that will be back reflected to you. It will be reflected back to you. Forgive my dyslexic tone today. I'm just coming from a meditation. It was an intense meditation. Forgive me for that. So, however you treat the heavens, if you treat the heavens as loving, as compassionate, intelligent energy, it treats you back like that. It says yes. It always says a yes. If you say heaven is cold machinery, it always says a yes. It's just the way how it is made. So be very aware of your belief system, of how you think the universe is, how you think the life is, how you think people are. Anyways, that's again a different topic, right? As we are discussing here, you would realize how much is shared as seeds of thought, food of thought for a consciousness to chew on.